Okay. Alright, now we need to go to do the Crystarium. Still got a little bit of a cough going on, but doing okay besides that. Getting a little bit of runny nose. Those are with the Air Arch. Before we join them, there's something I wish to confirm. Tell me, Ryan, have you noticed anything in particular about Logan's appearance of late? Anything at all? Speak freely, he won't mind. Well, since Manipula bequeathed her power to me, I've been able to see the light inside him, though I don't think anything of it at first. But after we defeated the Warden Almarang, I realized something was wrong. The sword is ethereal, Logan, and the light within you has grown monstrous. Then it is as I suspected. How are you feeling? Logan? If not is done, this will only get worse. Reading with the power of the Oracle, you have gained some measure of control over the light. Have you not? Is there anything you can do for him? Extinguish it is out of the question. Even at her strongest manipulate could only hold back the light. I might be able to suppress it, but I don't know for how long. I have no choice but to rely on Uringer and his secrets. If the next battle is to be your last, you may yet be able to play your part, but you will need all your strength. I will discuss strategy with the others and see that everything is made ready for our departure. You are to return to your chamber and rest until you then. Understood? Ha! None of that cheek, or I'll take you across my knee. Now off with you to the pendants. We'll call for you when the time comes. I'll be right back. Alright, back. Sorry, I had went to grab my water bottle and then I realized it was pretty much empty. So I figured I better fill it up. Is everything alright, sir? You don't seem quite yourself. Where's a hot meal and freshly made bread will be matters. Your room is ready if you care to retire. Yep, retire.
Sometimes the dead would rather not be disturbed. But enough about me. What of Armorang? I see. Minfilia's gone then. Which means the reason I must suffer this purgatory shall forever remain a mystery. What's the matter? Are you all right? What just happened? Minfilia said my time had not yet come. That I still had a role to play. Not even the most valiant heroes can stand alone. No, it couldn't be. There's only one hero in this room, and it is not me. I'm just a shadow, cursed to wander.
Forgive the intrusion, but Minfilia, that is, Reen, and the others were asking after you. Is everything all right? That pain again? And did it pass? Thank goodness for that. I would not wish to see you suffer. Though I know only too well how much you have suffered on our behalf in recent days. Indeed, I have no right to impose upon you further. Nevertheless, I must ask one thing of you. That you survive this, no matter what. When the dust settles, you must return to your world, for the battles to come, and the wars yet unwon. The final Light Warden is all that stands between us and victory. There is still much we must do to prepare, but for now, I will see if there is aught that may remedy the strange affliction which plagues you. Of that I have no doubt. Even if I had my pick of every Reflections heroes, I could not have asked for a finer champion. I'll not keep you from your rest any longer. Take as much time as you like.
No, this isn't right. I need to be a lather after the liberation of Alamigo, perhaps. Please tell me you finished. We have to go. There will be upon us any moment. Very well, where to next then? Let's just worry about getting out of the city and pray the airship is still in one piece. And where we go from here will just be more of the same. Gods, by the sound of the last one, I reckon the Knight's 12 might be the Knight's rubble now. Is there nothing else we can do? Look around you. This isn't war. The sickness and spread to every corner of Rosia. The city-states are in disarray, and by all accounts, the Far East is faring no better. There'll be nothing left of us when this is over. This world is beyond saving. I'm very tired of that story when the hero swoops in astride a white dragon to save the little girl. I could die happy knowing someone like that was still around. Indeed, but not today. Now our message remains undelivered. Have faith, my friend. We will find them. Ham.
There you are. May I assume you've had your fill of rest? That is well. Now that we are all present, let us speak of our plan. Thus far, we have vanquished 4 Light Wardens, restoring night to much of Norvrant. Only one remains, that of Calusia. And with Reen to guide us, I am certain we will find it.
We're so close now. If we can just take care of this one last Warden, we'll rob the Sin Eaters of their final foothold and drive them out of Norvrant once and for all. It will be a new beginning for the First. A chance for the people to rebuild their world.
In short, a prize worth fighting for.
And in thus delivering the First from destruction, so too shall we unsow the seeds of the 8th umbral calamity.
Do you hear? Your dreams of rejoining is in jeopardy. Are you sure you're not tempted to intervene?
You labor under the misapprehension that vanquishing the Sin Eaters is tantamount to saving the world. It is not. In truth, you only delay the inevitable, lengthening your fleeting lives by the smallest of margins. Twould be churlish of me to deny you this small concession, close as we've become. Foolish and misguided though you are not without charm. Each and every one of you is possessed of a noble heart. When the weak want for succor, you do not hesitate to provide it. Alas, your nobility is short-sighted. You think only of the problem in front of your nose. A limitation of your ephemeral existence.
Our lives may seem short and insignificant to the likes of you, but one does not need to be an eternal being to achieve lasting change.
If I may stop you there, I do not claim that we Ascians are special. That is another misconception. In the beginning, everyone lived nigh for eternity. Such was the natural order of things. But like so much else, this was taken from you. You won't object if I borrow your plaything? In the distant past, when the world was one and whole, a great calamity threatened all life. It began without warning. The very laws of the star were warped and broken, and chaos swiftly spread throughout the land. Faced with annihilation, we sought to imbue the star with its own will. Thus was Zodiac born, and by his power was order restored. Ere long, however, thankless fools began to fear that Zodiac's might was too great, and so they conjured another to keep him in check. Your own dear Hydaelyn.
And the two beings waged war until, with a single devastating blow, Hydaelyn unmade Zodiac, scattering his being across space and time. So you told us in the Katana Ravel.
Yes, yes. And there began our woes, with Heidelin's blow and all that it wrought. As a counterbalance to Zodiac, Heidelin was created with the power to enervate her foe. This singular ability strikes not at such banal things as flesh, but everything that defines the target, diluting its existence. For example, were she to strike you? Two individuals, identical in appearance yet reduced in all respects. Strength, intelligence, the soul itself, all is halved. Do you see? This self-same fate befell not only Zodiac, but the very star. Only 3 were fortunate enough to escape the Sundering. Me being one of them. When I beheld the shattered remnants of our home, I knew deepest despair. The inhabitants of these 14 fragments were feeble, frail and foolish, oblivious to their imperfection, ignorant of their past. Malformed creatures thrashing blindly about. Pitiful, disturbing, depressing. So, we took it upon ourselves to rejoin the worlds. But in our eagerness and, I confess, our ignorance, we erred and made a useless void of the 13th. It was only afterwards that we discovered a connection twixt source and shard. A flow of energy that maintains elemental balance. And thus did we arrive at our time-honored modus operandi.
From a purely Asian standpoint, it could be said that what you seek to do is only logical. But that would be to ignore the immeasurable destruction wrought with each rejoining. You have murdered millions, and this we cannot condone.
By your fragmented existence, you continue to give rise to tragedies far crueler than any calamity. But yes, moral relativism and all that. Case in point, I do not consider you to be truly alive, ergo, I will not be guilty of murder if I kill you. Oh, don't look at me like that. You for whom I have only the highest expectations. A vaunted hero of the Source, 7 times rejoined. Long have I awaited one who might brave a path of lesser tragedy. A resilient soul able to endure the necessary pain. I dare to hope that my wait is over. So, finish your task and slay the Light Warden. Make proof of your usefulness, and then we may speak again.
Forgive me, my lord, but this could not wait.
Speak freely, Captain.
Our informant in Colusia sends word of unusual activity in Yulmore. It appears their forces are entrenching themselves at key points throughout the city, making ready for an attack by all indications.
An intriguing use of resources. I rather doubt Lord Vorthry is concerned for the safety of his citizens.
You think he's harboring the Light Warden inside the city walls? Even if he does have some means of controlling the Sin Eaters, wouldn't that be a little risky?
Risky or not, if there is even a chance the Warden is hiding there, we will need to act fast. The longer we wait, the better prepared the Yulmorans will be.
Agreed. See to your preparations then and make for Calusia. God's willing, this hunt will be the last. Let us see it through to the end.
We should begin by assembling in Rite. There we may assess the situation in Yulmore and decide how best to proceed.
There you are, Logan. The others are gone ahead to recontour Gate Town. We are to follow shortly. It has been a while, has it not, since the two of us infiltrated Ulmore? Since we faced Lord Vorthry, and I felt such a fury as I had never felt before. His actions are unconceivable, of course, and any absurd disheartenance I felt for him entirely justified. Yet mingled with my rage there was something else. At first I was unsure what it was, but in the course of our struggles I found the answer. In Vorthry's self-righteousness and his absolute belief that he, and he alone, is the cure to the world's ills, I saw a reflection of myself, and it brought the memories of all my past follies flooding back. His vigilance, ingrateful I once was, and having shared in his affection, I feel duly bound to open his eyes to the truth. Whether he accepted it with a good grace I did is another question. What is it, Rain? Do you sense the Light Warden? I'm not sure. The aura is different. As we were a little closer. This time we were on our way in any case. Let us join our comrades in Gate Town. Logan, as a precaution, may I ask you to go first to ensure the path is clear? The closer we are to Ulmar, the more I worry that Rain may be recognized. If you see any prying eyes along the way, pray encourage their owners to look elsewhere.
strange. Passing strange. By their behavior, we may safely assume that they are under Vorthri's mind control. Yet the extent of the effect seemeth to vary dramatically between subjects. It is far too pronounced to be attributed simply to the vagaries of innate magical resistance.
Curiouser and curiouser. We met with no trouble en route. My thanks for securing the way. But given the state of the townsfolk, I see we were never in any danger of being recognized.
What can you tell us from here?
I sense a powerful eater in the uppermost reaches of the city. But there's something different about it. Its light is impure. We need to get closer.
Oh, so that one's Alphino. Well, unless you're triplets.
Kaishir, what are you doing here?
While I was scouting the area, I noticed a suspicious figure skulking about. So I accosted him, only to have him call me Alphino. I thought it best to bring him along.
You see, that informant who's been feeding secrets to the Crystarium, it's me. See, after you saved my life in Yulmore, I thought about going somewhere far away, but I couldn't just leave, not without paying you back. So I decided to stay here, keep an eye on things, and whenever I spotted something strange, I shared it with your friends.
That took no small amount of courage. Well done.
I assume you saw what happened here.
Right, so an airship flew in a bit ago, and not long after, Vorthri starts ranting and raving. You could hear him from all the way out here. Geezer was doing his nut, shouting and screaming like someone had nicked his pie.
'Tis like the airship bore the soldiers sent to thwart our efforts in Armorang.
So eventually the yelling dies down, and then this hot, sticky wind comes blowing through. Now that's when everyone went funny. No, everyone but me. Well, me and a couple of newcomers, though even they started mumbling about Vorthri after a while. Not as bad as the rest, mind you.
Newcomers.
There's something I need Reen to see. This was among the townfolk's food stores.
Oh, that's just meal. Yulmore doles the stuff out.
No, it couldn't be. I know what it is. It's Sin Eater. Meal is made out of Sin Eater.
So it is. In limited quantities, it may have little effect on an average individual. Yet if one were to consume it regularly, over a period of several years, I suspect it would do far, far more than merely nourish the body.
That Vorthri wieldeth power over Sin-Eaters is known. Could it be that those who partake of their flesh do thereby render themselves susceptible to his influence? 'Twould serve to explain why the town's newer arrivals succumbed less quickly than those raised on a diet of meal.
He's been rounding up Sin-Eaters and feeding them to people. Altering them mouthful by mouthful, all to stop them answering back. There are desperate souls out there killing themselves to escape turning. This is unforgivable. An atrocity.
These Sin Eaters. What if they are not simply rounded up? Do you remember what we were told when first we came to the city? Many enter, but none leave. Let us put an end to it. To this paradise built upon the bones of the poor. Vorthri's deeds are beyond justification. Beyond forgiveness. Evil.
It's highly probable that the Light Warden is waiting for us somewhere in there, and I'm all for going after it. But our enemies know our faces. They know that we are coming, and they will not let us through without a fight. Like it or not, the time for stealth is past. Now, my friend, if you would be so good as to lead the charge.
When we step through the gates, we shall find not the place here. And just take pleasure we remember but a battlefield. If you're prepared for this, let's call Sally forth. Oh, it's not a dungeon.
I can feel it. A dark presence in my domain. Ah! It's them! The villains who would sow chaos in my perfect paradise! Keep them away from me! I command you! Keep them away! Long live Lord Vorthri.
He would use his own people as shields.
This area is older than Gate Town. There are bound to be far more civilians under Vorthri's control. But they do not act of their own free will, and we must not harm them.
As if we ever would. Press on with Alphino. We'll hold off the civilians and join you as soon as we can.
Guide you.
later.
Hey, Kate, how's it going?
Show's over. I'll break your funny bones.
So I went into that one.
A gift for you.
Yep.
No more Mrs. Nice.
I didn't realize your subscription was over. Thanks for subscribing again, though. Cole's reached 5 years. How's your day been going? Talking to MJ? What were you talking to MJ for? Hmm. So just keep on walking because I can't attack them. Just talking to him on Facebook? Well, it's only 8:30 here. What time is it there again? It's like, what, around
You
noon
will
or so?
find my master in his chamber. But only should you kill me this day. And you will not.
It's the most amazing people sleep so late. I mean, 8:30 is not late. That's early.
You may think me under his spell, but I uphold Lord Geoffrey's ideals of my own volition. Man is an inherently flawed creature. In his vain pursuit of righteousness, he but sows
That's why you stay up
seeds
late too.
of future conflict.
Yep, you're pretty awesome.
Thus, have I chosen to place my hopes upon he who has transcended men, upon he who is unbound by the vagaries of conscience.
I think we're getting close to the Shadowbringers here, at least the main story.
But enough talk. I am a soldier, and you are my enemy.
Practice what you preach. It's usually a good statement.
Let us settle this once and for all.
However, not always done, especially in the case of work. to be fighting with my own character this time. Last time I fought him, I had to use Stank Crit. Well, he only had like 2 moves. That took forever. I played with Daniel, not on Final Fantasy, but Marvel about a week or so ago. He doesn't really play Final Fantasy much. I actually meant to do this last night, but I joined a couple other streamers and was playing Marvel Rivals. And then I was like, well, I only did like 2 games. Yeah, he is a busy guy. And I didn't want to get off of Marvel after just like 2 games. So I was like, I'll play until I lose, and then I ended up winning like 7 games in a row yesterday. Oh, I'll get hit by that one. Ow. Yeah, even when he's not working, he likes to spend a lot of time with his wife, which is fair. I watch a lot of shows. Holy cow! I think I'm just gonna pick one and get hit by. Ow. I didn't get through there. Unfortunately, I haven't really talked to MJ much since he left. At least it takes a lot less time than it did before. Are you alright, Logan? The citizens appear to have calmed down for a moment. I can only assume Voth3 is otherwise engaged. Let's get to the upper level while we can.
Lord Voth3! Your reign of tyranny is at an end! For too long you have preyed upon the desperation of the poor. Now you will answer for the suffering you have caused! And if you harbor even a shred of remorse, I beseech you to use your powers to redress the balance. For the future of all in Norvrant.
No, it can't be. This is wrong. It's wrong. The Warden, it's not just a Sin Eater. It's a man.
Remorse? For the future of all? What nonsense is this? There is no justice but mine. No future but mine. No will but mine. It is preordained. I was born to deliver this wretched world. Me? Unseated? No. It's impossible. Inconceivable. Absurd. I am a great and wise king. Greatest and wisest. I reign from on high. I will not be brought low by maggots like you! Ah! Oh, yes, of course. I can begin again. Rebuild my paradise. Once I finish my dinner.
Oh God, no. Stop him! Thancred, stop him!
Where did he go?
What in the heavens?
Did Vorthri do that?
We must give chase.
Wait! That is Mount Golg, the highest peak in Calusia. It lies on the other side of a sheer cliff, and much as I wish it were otherwise, it is beyond our reach for now. But even if it weren't, there are people here who need our help.
Oh, Alphino.
Please, even if it's only to tend to their wounds. Thank you.
I don't know if it will work, but if Vorthri's hold over the people is rooted in light, I might be able to reverse its effects. Will you let me try?
Of course. We'd be grateful for any help you can provide.
Well then, if it's decided, let's all get to work.
Good news, Logan. It was seen that Ryan is indeed able to reverse the effects of Author's influence. Even as we speak, she tends to affect it in turn. The problem being, there's no end to them. We're trying to provide what relief we can to those who are waiting, and would appreciate your help if you're willing. Here is some dream powder. We're administering it to the thrall to keep them calm until they can receive proper attention. I'd appreciate it if you could assist with this task. Now those affected are scattered all received. It suggests starting your search at the derelicts and working your way up. When you're done, be sure to let Ryan know. Okay, well. See when you repair anything. I need to check. You guys still have a little bit of room for that. Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, crazy lady. Where do you fly to, my sweet canary? Weird. Word. Oh, there you are, looking. I just finished eating this man now for the next one. More out in the there like some below, you say? So many of them. But if you trust this part of me, I won't rest until I've helped everyone. Well, it's gonna make it easier for me to work.
You're going to be all right.
I think that's the last of them.
We've done all we can for the wounded. As for the rest...
Aren't you Alphino? The painter boy? What in the world is going on? Did something happen to us?
Let me handle this. Citizens of Yulmore, what I'm about to tell you will come as a shock. Indeed, you may be loath to believe it, but if you trust the evidence of your senses, it is my hope that you will listen and accept the truth, unpalatable though it may be. Vortri is a Sin Eater. Everything he offered, everything he promised, was a lie.
They're not taking it well, and who could blame them?
Are you saying we were Vorthry's puppets all this time?
Yep.
When you attacked us, you were not yourselves. That much is true. But your conduct prior to that moment was your own. Vorthry's unnatural charisma does not absolve you of all responsibility. Of your own free will, you came to this city and gave yourselves over to its pleasures. And in the course of this, if you mistreated those less fortunate than you, then that too was of your own free will. It is not for me to judge you, but for your victims, for history, for your conscience. You have dreamed a twisted dream, but now you are awake. You may yet share this world of ours. Join with us and each other, that we might begin anew. We've lost so many already. We dare not lose any more. I have said my piece. My thanks for giving me the chance. There is nothing more to be done here. Let us go after Vorthry.
Is there anything we can do to help? You risked your lives to bring us to our senses, and I, for one, hope to repay that debt. Begin anew, as you said.
Vorthry has fled to Mount Gulg, and we mean to pursue him. Do any of you know the way?
The only way to Mount Gulg is over the Bright Cliff. Have you an airship?
We will contemplate flight only as a last resort. Were we to come under attack whilst airborne, we would have little hope of defending ourselves. If at all possible, we would prefer to travel by land. Is there a way?
Well, the ladder is the only way up and down the cliff, but it hasn't moved in a long time. In the old days, it was operated by the mining folk who lived at the top. After the flood, it saw less and less use, and when Lord Vorthry took control, it was abandoned altogether.
So we somehow need to get the ladder working again.
It moves by means of a Talos, if that's any help. But good luck repairing that.
Talos? Did someone say Talos? You know all about them, don't you, dearest? If anyone can get this lift moving, it's you.
Well, perhaps. But see here.
Oh, yes. If you want the golem restored, you may leave it to my husband. For he happens to be the heir to Daedalus Stoneworks, foremost makers of Talos, whose contracts include the renowned mining venture of Armoreng.
Well, it's been years and years since I had anything to do with it. I can't just pick up a hammer and set to work.
You can't.
No, that's not what I... It's just... All right, I will take a look at the Talos. But beyond that, I make no promises. Those with strong backs, come with me. I'll need help dragging the damn thing out of the storehouse.
Well done, brother.
Come, my friend. We have work to do.
The ladder is situated to the north and west of right. Let's make our way there, Logan. Looks like a weird cockroach. It's a dragon. Logan, dost thou see yonder pair of talos? For a blessing, they were found to be in good repair. Master Chai plans to activate them as we speak. With our arcane knowledge, Yesod and I will serve as his assistants. At the appointed hour, we shall beam the golems with ether. Others, meanwhile, attend to the ladder itself, which has too long lain neglected. Extensive maintenance will be needed ere it can move again, as well as myriad materials with which to perform it. If thou art willing, we would prevail upon thee to procure lumber. My thanks, looking directly south, thou you will find a dry dock, Vermont Yards. Pray see if thou canst persuade the folk there to part with some lumber for our cause. Fly. I want to fly. Ho there, sinner. Haven't seen you around before. New to Gate Town, I take it. If you need lumber for a shack, you've come to the right place. We can do the building for you too, though that'll cost extra. You want lumber to restore the ladder? Why in the world would anyone want to do that? If you don't have the coin, least you could do is come up with a believable excuse. But look, I'm not one to turn folk away. I'll give you the lumber if you do me a favor in return. I just finished taking stock of our supply. I was about to do another round for good measure. I want you to do the counting instead, and we'll see if your total matches mine. Now, some of the lumber is laying about the yard, but most of it is kept in the storehouse. or these, you can just ask Grenthal for the number. Here, I'll only use some writing material so you can take notes. You're excited for either, are you? Well, last I counted, we had 68 planks in the storehouse here. 9 of those were rotted though, so we tossed them out. Okay, so now the loads just arrived. 13 planks all told, but one's damaged. It's only good for kindling now. Right then, bring the good ones here, and be sure to let Ithri know as well. So, minus 13 is what they said, right? So, how many planks does that make now? You're right now, Zunder's down anyways. I'm sure you can work it out. Okay, so there's a lumber stack. Oh shoot, I had it muted. Dang it. Here I am trying to figure out the math because I misread it. And oh, it's 13 delivered to them, not 13 delivered away from them. So it's, you know, shipped. Thou art returned. Went thou able to procure the lumber? And more peoples. Well, well, to secure not only the material but eager cooperation of the shipwrights besides, the recipe shall greatly avail our efforts. Master Chai's own efforts have not been without struggle, but he hath proven himself to be a determined soul. I doubt not but that the work shall be complete ere long, and may continue on our way once more. Doubt it has been years in the making. A long last do the people stand united in defiance of the world's fate, their hopes spurring us ever onward towards journey's end. Whoever may await us when thou takes those final steps, I pray that it shall be with a smile upon thy face. But presuming do I give myself a sentimental mustings. Many more pressing concerns demand our attention, not the least of which is the matter of how we might reach the mountain, detached from the land as it is. For the percent to appear we have matters here well in hand. For else thou should take thine ease for time, thou wilt need every ounce of thy strength for the trials ahead. Where's my mouse? There it is. Waiting, waiting, waiting.
Would you look at that? The citizens of Yulemore engaging in what can only be described as manual labor. Who would have thought it possible? Do you know the most reliable way to deal with those who stubbornly refuse to see reason? You conquer them, crush them under heel. Such was the trusted method of Alec, and one still favored by Garlemald. But conquest is the easy part. The true challenge begins once the dust has settled, quenching the glowing embers of animosity and maintaining a semblance of peace. This requires the conqueror to treat the conquered with dignity, and the conquered to let bygones be bygones, a difficult feat to achieve. But you have achieved just that, to my considerable surprise. It's a compliment. Take it. Ah, the vibrant energy that fills the air when like-minded souls gather. To think back on that time before time, fair brings a tear to the eye. What? You thought ancient beings like us incapable of crying? Well, rest assured that if your heart can be broken, then so can mine. Back when the world was whole, we had family. friends, loves. Men knew peace and contentment, and with our adamant souls, we could live for an age. There was no conflict born of want or disparity. Our differences paled into insignificance next to all we had in common. And then there was Amarant. Never was a city more magnificent. From the humblest streets to the highest spires, she fairly gleamed. Not that you would remember any of this. Never mind. The point is, the world of old was a far better place than what we have now. I believe you would like it, having witnessed the things you have. Remember, you are of the Source. Unlike the half-men here, you stand only to gain. Should you survive the remaining calamities, you will become our equal. A complete existence in a complete world. But such talk is a pleasure for later. Back to work, hero. Ah, there was one thing I had meant to ask. How well do you know the Exarch? Has he ever deigned to show you what hides beneath the cowl? What? Never? Even to you? How very interesting. I shall enjoy working out what it means. Until next time.
HR is definitely someone with great power.
I knew you could do it, dearest. I never doubted you for a moment.
It's alive. I don't know if you remember, but when we first met in this world, I was spent. I never thought to wonder why until now. I think it all just got to be too much.
Hey, Arya.
The guilt of
How are you
causing the
doing?
flood. Knowing everyone hated me. But the worst thing was the solitude. Time wears you down, aye. But solitude eats away at you. It was this close to finishing me off. But as bad as it got, and as empty as I felt, I can't even begin to imagine what it must be like for Emmett Selk. All of which is a long way of saying,
Chilling, dropping a sham?
You alone.
I don't
Nothing
know
is
the
worth
reference.
that. Especially not eternity.
Glad tidings, my friend. The ladder lives again.
The three of us have been invited to do the honors. Are you up for it? Of course, if you're worried that the whole thing might come crashing down, we can always find someone else.
Dropping with sham?
That's the spirit.
I was saying I'm
Come on,
not
then.
familiar what dropping with sham means.
We rode the ladder too, my comrades and I. Once upon a time. Watched the horizon
marbles.
grow, and the town shrink below us.
You get it on the stream?
And terrified in equal measure. We ascended without a word. The silence broken only by the rhythm of the gears.
Or you drop it with someone else.
No one but me remembers that day. Remembers our journey.
Dropping with multiple people.
End. Retread the path. Seek, and you may yet find.
Cool. Having a good day. And here we finally are at top rung. Those should arrive ere long. Alphino, Logan, come up here. There's something I need you to see. What could this be about? There's a village, Logan, over to the northeast. So there is. Yeah, after 2 decades without the ladder in operation, I would not be surprised if such an isolated segment has long since been abandoned. Alright, but that was before I spied someone leave it and proceed to head in our direction, all the while trying to remain unseen. Whoever this mysterious person is, they should be out there. Go on and take a look, Logan. Hey, get back here. You're someone, right? And they were spying on us. Personally, I don't feel comfortable not knowing who they are. What do you say we investigate? I'm curious too, I must admit, and I dare say we have a bit of time here does send. So then, let's head to the village and see if it is indeed inhabited. There's actually working Talos up here. I just want to do quite a few. I wonder if this door opens. Yep. What is looking? Are you able to find anything of note? Or there's no one to be seen to explain that this village is anything but abandoned. The villagers are trying to conceal themselves. They are doing a rather poor job of it. But if they don't wish to be seen, what are we to do? I say, aren't you the ones who saved my life? You're Testrel, the artist from Ulmore. You remember, ever since we parted ways, I've worried about you, bound for the city as you were. Never did I imagine that we would meet again in here of all places. We could say the very same thing to you, my friend. I'm glad to see you hale and whole. But tell me, what is this village? This is Amity, a settlement made up of those who survived being exiled from Ulmore. As I wandered the wilds, I chanced to cross paths with the inhabitants of these parts. He took me through a secret tunnel which led to the top of the bright cliff. I've been here ever since. Life is hard, but we know it's a semblance of peace. Whoops. And you feared whoever was coming up would threaten your lives? Alright, but I see it now. That is no cause for concern. Will you tell me what has brought you here? The floating mountain? So Vartri is a scene eater, and he's fled to Mount Golg. There's a strange tale, but I have no reason to doubt your words. I owe you my life. If there's anything I can do to help, you need but say the word. Your help would be most welcome, Testrel. To begin with, we request your people's permission to reconquer the area. If we confront Valtteri, we must find a way to reach Mount Golg. Of course, you hardly need our permission to be here. I will tell the others about you and yours. Now, we haven't much to offer in the way of hospitality, but our village is at your disposal. Please use it as you see fit in your quest. Lingle. Yet another helpless soul that Alvin has saved from mortal danger. I see some things never change. At any rate, it seems that brother has a mind to linger. Meanwhile, I have a mind for us to explore. Logan and I are going to scout out the area. We'll be back in a while. Oh. Very well then. Just take care out there. Okay, well, I want to go get this ether. 185 miles to the south. $870 miles to this northwest. Okay, well, let's go talk here then. In case, you know, they actually sends us that direction. It's gonna be probably in this area somewhere. Kind of neat roads, as I'm not using them. And she has me go the opposite direction of the thing. That's just east, so it's gonna be like here. Things up there are cool cliff kites. That was cool. I feel like I'm crashing already. Well, since I'm so close to this, I might as well grab that.
You're a sight for sore eyes. I don't know about you, but I bumped into quite a few sin eaters out there. You too, then. It seems the closer we get to Mount Gulg, the more of them there are. Looks a lot bigger from here, doesn't it? If I were Vorthri, the first thing I'd do is surround myself with as many Sin Eaters as I could lay my hands on. And judging by the number we've already faced, his lordship is of the same mind. This is going to be a tough climb. But first things first. We need to determine if climbing is even an option. The more I look, the less likely it seems. Y'shtola is right to be worried. But flying may be our only choice after all.
There you are. Master Alphino was afeard you had met with some misfortune.
Urianger. And you too, Exarch. What brings you here?
I wish to observe the final struggle with my own eyes. I arrived at Bottom Rung too late to accompany you, but I was in time to join Urianger and the others. Come, let us see how this unfolds.
Well, it seems flying is off the table.
Poorly.
If we have learned that much, then the Machina have served their purpose.
Ah, so that's what they were for. Wasteful, but effective.
It would seem our foe will not be reached by land or air. We must needs withdraw to consider another course. Master Alphino waiteth for us at Top Rung. Thither should we make our way.
It's gonna be quite a bit that way. Because we probably only got about 150 miles. About 200. What was that? I'm being attacked by sticks. get to. We'll end up getting to, I mean. They look like robotic frogs with spears. I don't expect to see the chess here. I suppose it's well within their rights. At any rate, it's time to tackle our next little obstacle, finding a way to reach that goal. For this, we'll need to put all our heads together.
In short, there's no path, and the sky is thick with Vorthry's winged devils.
We might consider Amaro, but without extensive training, we cannot hope to contend with the Eaters. Yulmor's airship fleet, meanwhile, consists solely of transport vessels ill-suited for battle. And without the expertise of one such as Cid, we are in no position to attempt a refit.
Frustrating! That wretched mountain should jolly well come back down to us.
Now, dearest, we mustn't disturb these good people at their work. We've ridden the ladder and seen the sights. It's past time we took our leave.
The lady may well have the right of it. Mount Gulg will not soon come down to Earth, nor can we compel it to do so. But if the mountain will not come to the land, mayhap the land may be made to come to the mountain. In the form of a Talos. A Talos large enough to reach out and take the volcano in its grasp.
To build such a golem would be an onerous undertaking indeed. Yet the principle seemeth sound in itself.
Balderdash! No one has ever made one even half that size. Leaving aside the small matter of logistics, which, by the way, would be no small matter, the design would be unimaginably complex. Though, I suppose, if its only function is to cling to the ruddy mountain, perhaps it needn't be. Solid base, firmly rooted to the ground, sacrifice mobility to simplify the construction, reducing materials required. wait, what am I thinking? We would still need a veritable army of people to do the work. Left to the crew that helped down below, it would take decades, if not a nice round century.
So we need more hands. And what sort of things would these hands be required to do?
Oh, well, let's see. First, we need people to procure the stone for the chassis. The rock found near the mountain would suit our purposes well enough. It'd be a simple task to quarry the stuff, but given the stupendous quantity required, we'd need all the help we can get.
The miner folk.
We have friends amongst the miners of Armoring. I will go and petition their aid.
While you do that, I'll make for Mordsuk. I'm sure I'll be able to drum up some support.
Then I shall return to Calusia. From fishers to carpenters, Yulmore is home to all manner of talented folk. I dare say their skills will avail us.
Is there anything else you need?
Well, yes, actually. Magic. Lots of the stuff, as much as possible. To awaken a talus of this size would require an entire congregation of mages.
Or the
Many
faithful.
among the Knights Blessed are gifted in the arcane arts. I will recruit them to our cause.
The Fey folk, too, possess surpassing aptitude in magics. Yet they are not wont to cooperate in the endeavors of men. Leastwise, not without making all manner of mischief. That being the case, I would instead call upon the people of the Crystarium, with thy permission, Exarch.
We are at your disposal, as are our Amaro and Chocobos.
I'm sorry. You mean to tell me you can call on not only the people of Yulmore and the Crystarium, but the Knights Blessed and the Mord, and even those miners? But that's just about everyone in Ballynorvrand.
Yeah.
Who are you people? And how did you come to have so many friends? Saviors of the world? Are you being serious? Oh gods, you are.
So, as you can see, you will not want for bodies. I trust you will have your design ready in good time for their arrival. Norvrant is counting on you, heir to Daedalus Stoneworks.
We'll be back as soon as we can, and we'll bring the whole world with us.
I take it we will be assisting Master Chai, though I am quite sure he has everything under control.
Have you design ready? She says. In good time, she says. Does she even understand what's involved? No, that's your job. Before I can even attempt to design anything, I need to intimate knowledge of the land, the knowledge of the locals. Last I heard, no one lives here. Not true. A village of Ollerman exiles? But those people have every reason to loathe a free citizen like me. They couldn't possibly be willing to cooperate. This will never work. Never. I never should have fixed that ruddy lift. Never should have ridden it up here. Never should have. Never should have. Oh dear, Darling appears to have lost the plot. But he has it in him, Logan. He is the cleverest man I know. He just wants for confidence sometimes. If you were to give him some words of encouragement, I'm sure he can give you your Talos. Good advice I learned from his mother. He responds poorly to obvious praise. You need something to struck the fires of motivation, awaken a sense of daring. Oh, fun. Because I'm so good at encouragement. I did it. Yes, by the gods, I can do this. I just need to have a little faith in myself. Right, let's head to Army and speak with the villagers. With Testrol. A lot of things are liable to become more dangerous. I want you to wait for me back in Olamore. No, where you go, I'm going to. Besides, you're not the only one who has to apologize. But there's no telling what may happen out here. I don't know if I can keep you safe. Perhaps it's a bad idea. I don't think that I have what it takes. Master Chai, that you are the best with doubt is proof you can envision the task ahead. And that which man can envision, he can make reality. Did some old friends of mine once say. You should feet the feet for the divine. It's something that has to be done before, and most assuredly can be done again by our own hands. That's a little idealistic, don't you think? Perhaps, Mr. Chatty, perhaps. But what if man is not an idealistic creature? It's not an easy thing to achieve one's dream. My friends can attest to that. Countless times did they meet with frustration in the course of their endeavors. You want to find the fault with them had they given up, yet they never did. One step after the next, they forged on towards their goals. And for the determination, they accomplished numerous feats that many believed lay beyond the reach of mankind. Like them, you are a man of science. Amidst your doubts, surely there is a spark of desire. The desire to make impossible possible. Come early, like the old days. I would be the first to see you to your Salas. And you shall be, my dear. I would have none other at my side when my greatest masterpiece awakens. Right then, to humanity. I'm glad my worst struck a course, shall we? Squee! Someone's actually using their chochobo for battle? You have every right to be angry with us, but please listen to what I have to say. I am tasked with delivering these people to Mount Kolg by means of a talos of heretofore seen, unseen proportions. However, I cannot do this without the cooperation of those with intimate knowledge of this land. That is, you and your fellow villagers. Cooperation? After you ignored my desperate pleas and cast me out, you have the gall to come here and ask for my cooperation? You have our right to be upset. Valtteri is not the one to blame for your suffering. We are. We are free citizens without a care in the world, indifferent to the hardship of others. We didn't know what would become of you, and frankly, we didn't care. But we now know that what we did to you, to Fold Mini, was wrong. Terribly wrong. No words will suffice to make amends. But I want you to know that we are deeply sorry. I'm not sure how I feel. Should I forgive you? Hate you? Perhaps it's not even my place to judge. After all, I sought a place in your city. I wanted to be you once. But one thing is clear to me. All that is the past, and we mustn't let past wrongs stand in the way of a brighter future. And so I will cooperate with you. Please see our friends to Mount Kolg. You have my word. I just have to work on the design at once. Wouldn't do to have nothing to show the others when they return with help. Make no mistake, this venture is unprecedented in the history of Talos building. Nay, the history of all mankind. Rest assured that this genius of Talos Stoneworks will deliver. Wicked White. Is there a problem? Well, you see, I've been promised people to procure the stones as well as imbue magic. When I was put on the spot earlier, I thought that was all you required. But I forgot about one rather important item needed to bring the Talos to life. The heart. That's right, the heart. I'm pleased to see you have some familiar with Talos. So while I work on the design, I'll be much obliged if you can see to procuring the ore with which to fashion a heart. A heart suitable for being our lighthouse that shall embrace the very firmament. If you seek material for a Talos heart, I know people who may be able to assist. They are the Thralls, a dwarven family that have long mined this land. No one knows its bounty as well as they. If you explain your situation, I'm sure they'd be willing to cooperate indeed. There was one of them that showed me the secret tunnel to the top of the cliff. You'll find the Thralls in the village northwest, a place called Tomara. When you arrive, seek audience with Chief Axaran, and do not forget to greet him with a hearty lally-ho. Permit me to join you, Logan. I would keep my joints limber, and mayhap I can provide some manner of assistance. I'll leave the heart to the two of you then. The variety of ore doesn't matter so much, so long as it's rich with ether. I'll aim to have my design complete by your return. So this is Tomara. Seldom do we see the dwarves folks at the Crusade to now be in the presence of so many. I shall enjoy not having to crane my neck for a change. Lally-ho! Lally-ho! What sort of excuse for getting was that? Where's your heart, lad? Your stones. Come, let's try it again. Lally-ho! Not bad, not bad. But there's room for improvement. Anyway, now that you have served common courtesy, who are you and what are you doing here? On the recommendation of the denizens of Admiralty, we have come to seek the aid of the Thrall family. May we speak to Chief Axaran? Oh yes, you may. I am Axaran, and I bid you welcome to Tomara. It is the folk of Manny that sent you here. You must have quite a tale to tell. Come, let's hear it. Come, 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 come. Well, well, and there I thought those below had no fight left in them. Having said that, it's not like we know how to deal with that floating volcano and all of them sin eaters neither. If you're serious about restoring peace to these bars, though, we'll gladly lend you a hand. However, the kind of ore you see is precious to us too. If I let you have it, only for you to bungle things up and squander it, like no amount of ale would wash away my charging. First, I need to make sure you're worthy by means of a trial. A trial most tricky, passed down through the line of Thrall. And what is this trial? Hee, come with me and I'll tell you all. Hee. Listen well. As you know, we're mining folk, and the mining life dangers a consistent companion. So when we come of age, each of us must prove our readiness to take to the mines. This we do by undertaking a trial what tests the 3 traits all good miners can't do without: discernment, diligence, and dexterity. We call it 3D Mine Runner. Oh no. Now look on my helm, Marcus features well. Even in a slingshot, which you must use to shoot dwarves as war helms that are different. I remain necessary arrangements. When you're ready to take the trial, report to your server nearby. Good luck to you. Oh hell, you must be the challenger the chief mentioned. I'll show you to the rooftop at once. That's a parachuting lad, consider me satisfied. As twin, but you didn't come this far with luck alone, so I'll place my faith in you and help you find the word you seek. Do you know that Kulish is rich in sulfur? Well, it is. We've been mining this stuff since ancient times, and every so often the self-same veins yield what's called Earth Seed, a rare ore steeped in magic. Time was we used to refine Earth Seed for this and that, but the technique's been lost. The stuff's still out there to be had, though, provided you know where to look, and no place is sure than Durgar's 12. Problem is the site's occupied by our age-old rivals, the Gogs. Greedy saws claim the place as theirs and refuse to let any other bugger near. Oh, there never was more obvious lot than the Gogs. I could go on forever about those horrendous horse sons, but then we'd be here forever, and that won't get us to nowhere. What it boils down to is this: if you want the Earth Seed, you gotta deal with the Gogs. Breaking out to the challenge? Easy. We dealt with far worse. I'm sure we can find a way to attain what we need. That's the spirit. And to help you find your way, I'll have one of ours go with you. I'll do it. I'll go with them. You correct? Don't worry, I knew the Eaters have flocked to Mount Gulg, but I don't know why. They think the last wartworm is hiding up there. The Fate Calusa, no, the world hangs in the balance. If there can be some help, then I want to do my part. Easy as Camaro, lad, but it isn't so simple. This here's Kurt. Young as he is one of the village's finest miners. The lad's got an uncanny sense of where to dig, and his aim with a pickaxe is as true as any dwarf's. But put him in the thick of battle, and he couldn't hit the side of a minecart if he was sitting in it. If all he needed to do was dig, he'd be your dwarf. Be liable to become a sin eater for breakfast before he can even manage to swing. It's true, I'm hopeless in a fight. I still want to try. Please, please let me go with you. Thank you so much. I'll try my best not to be a burden. If you want to take Kurut, far be it for me to stop you. Keep him safe though, will you? We will most assuredly encounter Sinears along the way. So, with you in our company, there will be more spectacle than concern. Thinking about getting off. Yeah, I think I'll finish this purple quest and then get off. Stay around, are you? Okay, I think we're gonna call it there.